What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen. Earlier this morning, I was on my way to my company mailbox to see if I had got any checks in there. And I was just thinking about the migrant crisis and the video I had did about that. And I wanted to follow up with that because like a couple of things hit me that don't sound or seem right with this whole situation. Now, do not get me wrong. At any time in this video, guys, everybody has a right to be happy. But I mean, you can't fix things outside of the country, bringing a lot of folk in here without no plan, no transparency, no clue. It seems like they don't have no clue. And it's like they have no answers to when this is going to stop. No matter what you say or how you look at it, this is a problem. It is. I mean, I'm just now starting to really think about it and just realize it. Like, a lot of stuff, that goes on in the country. A lot of people are like, hey, well, it doesn't affect me. This right here is starting to affect everybody. And I'll explain a little bit later. But for now, take a look at this video about how much it's costing Chicago, to deal with the migrant situation that they have. And they got a small amount of people up there compared to what's coming across the borders on a weekly basis. Check this out.
Meanwhile, new data shines a light on just how much Chicago has been spending to support the migrant mission so far. Just over 13,000 asylum seekers are living in city shelters. The city says they are preparing for a spike, though it's not clear how they'd pay for it. CBS 2's Sabrina Franza is live for us in the newsroom trying to sort it all out. Sabrina?
Joe, if it feels confusing tracking the spending, the amount of money the city has spent, the state has given, how much the federal government has contributed, that's because it is. The city has been trying to save money where it can, but right now they just can't get those numbers to act.
We're currently actually every day we're in meetings, on calls with the state and with the county.
In a migrant briefing this week
to figure out what the long-term plan is to get through the calendar year together.
City leaders were asked once again about their plans to pay for the migrant crisis once the money runs out. New numbers show the city has spent a total of $194.5 million on migrant-related vendors since October of 2022. That doesn't include the cost of city agencies and their work on the migrant mission, like how much it's costing to educate school-aged new arrivals. Of those vendors, though, the Kansas-based company, Favored Healthcare Staffing, continues to be the highest paid, making $126 million since the mission started. The cost paid mostly by the state, the remainder split between the city and federal government. A few days ago, the city amended their contract with Favored Staffing for a second time. Now their contract is for approximately $150 million over the course of 1 year. Notable because in the city's budget, $150 million is the same number allocated for the entire fiscal year. The city is hoping the state continues to pay and the federal government will step in. Governor Pritzker has said he plans to put about 2,000 beds somewhere, though it's still not clear where that will be or when it'll happen.
Would that be one of the things that we're looking at to help alleviate how much the city is spending?
We're currently in discussions about how they might be able to apply that, whether it is standing up a new shelter inside or outside of Chicago, or if it's taking over the costs of shelters in Chicago.
Now, the city estimates it's been able to cut food costs down by using new vendors from around $22 a day to about $16 a day per person. Again, this is just a drop in the bucket with no answer about a long-term solution yet. In the newsroom, Sabrina Franza, CBS 2 News.
Guys, what I'm about to say has nothing to do with people of another culture or country. We're sticking primarily on how things are looking over here. Now, let me begin by saying this. If we look at the timeline, a lot of the stuff that's coming, you could tell these people in power in this country, don't have a clue, and they're bumping heads with all these ulterior motives and agendas that they have or how they see this situation. It is a crisis. Think about it. Look at what's going on in New York City. What they got, the Helping Hand program out there. They $53 million donated to getting prepaid debit cards to migrants to help them buy food and stuff. Think about this. This is stuff that would have been planned for before they had got here. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of y'all might not believe that. Listen, I was in the military, and there's one thing I know about America. And from history, if you pay attention, I live here. A lot of y'all do too. They do not have it to where they ever lose control or look like they lost control. There's always some type of ulterior motive or plan that they don't discuss with the American people. Explain this whole thing to us, because we got to know. In December, 10,000 people alone a day crossed in through Texas, the Texas border, primarily Eagle Pass. Make it make sense. How many days are in December? 30, 31? That's what, 310,000 people? More than 250,000 in a month? And they talking about in March, it's going to go up back. Those numbers about to go back up. These are human lives here. You understand what I'm saying? And we got a lot of problems here that existed before they came. So they shouldn't be blamed for that. But what I will tell you is this. It's okay to be empathetic and compassionate, because these are human beings. But I mean, even that has its limits. People have made valid points in New York about this Helping Hand program, giving them debit cards. I think this is $1,000 a month. There are homeless people out here, people that can't even pay their medical bills. There are people across the nation right now that are getting their Social Security taken because they own something of value, like a property or something, and they're so old they can't take care of it no more, and they sell it and get their Social Security benefits snatched from them under the premise of, oh, you make too much money, or you have too much money in the bank now, so those benefits don't apply to you. There are people that are retired over here and still pay taxes. Why would you pay taxes if you don't work no more? Think about that. Now think about this whole situation. Know what's making this thing bad? Word is spreading all throughout the Americas. The promised land is here. Make it there, they'll let you in. You know, rumors are running rampant and people are still migrating from hundreds of miles away, not knowing that it's wild up here. The border's just wide open. Then you got these politicians, some acting like they want to block it, some saying, hey, this is a real problem. And they got some other ones, oh, let's give them free Medicare and medical benefits and all this other stuff. What they think, the Mid-Cal program? Goofy stuff. People have always struggled in this country, working to make ends meet and everything else. And to have people just come up in here and just take advantage of the situation afforded to them while other people that are native from here are struggling. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that, and I have no problem with helping people. But this right here is some ass backward stuff. It is. It is. They said, let me just say this. One of my biggest things with this, and you start to see all these different stories of migrants getting arrested or doing crazy stuff, being in crime rings, all this other stuff, right? We can't separate a refugee from a productive migrant, or somebody that's going to be productive in this country, or just somebody that's just economic, has economic value. Or we just bring them in here and just try to sort it out then. That's where the confusion starts. It's no plan with this stuff, and they can't provide any answers. And everybody that you talk to points the finger to somebody else you either can't get in contact with, or they're saying something else and got everybody's head on the swivel while they act like they sitting on their hands. This is a mess. This is a mess. This country going to crap. For real. All this political confusion or people that can't get along. I don't understand this whole thing, man. I don't have medical benefits, right? I'm a business owner. I don't have medical benefits. I don't have medical insurance. By choice, I don't. And I'm wrong for that. But there's no training class. Listen, when you used to come to America a while ago, they used to have an introductory class that teaches you, hey, this is what you don't do. This is what you do. These are the customs. These people are just coming over here, bringing their own culture and stuff like that, which is nothing wrong with that. But it's just like they don't understand certain things are not permissible in this country. And we're not indoctrinating them properly, in my opinion. You got people coming over here, throw them on a bus, drop them off somewhere, sit them outside, throw them in tents. Hell, what was it, the mayor of Chicago or somebody? Hey, take some of these people in. Hell to the fucking no. You go first. You go first. It's homeless people out here. It's veterans that fought in wars that's out here. Don't even have a debit card with $1,000 on it or something. This is a slap in the face. Now you've seen in this video, they allocate money like crazy. It's like everybody's talking, they always in meetings. Man, rise of crime, rise of violence, rise of, just road rage, all kind of craziness out here. You think this is going to fix it? Bringing in more people when we got our own problems over here. Now, am I saying nobody deserves to come in this country? Hell no. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing, really keeping it real, if we trace back, ain't really none of us from this country. Unless you are from Native American descent. But I mean, come on, man. This is stupid, man. They not providing answers. It's like they bullshitting. And then this is a big topic. This is going to be a big topic coming up in the election coming up. If you're coming into election season, this is going to be the main topic that they sucker the American people with. I'll stop it. I'll do this. I'll do that. Like I said in my other thing, for some reason, this thing funny. It seems like they trying to set it up to where Trump come back. Or he makes some type of impression to where he laid the blueprint. He messed up how he was a president or whatever, how people must have took it. Because a lot of people didn't want him to be president, but they're going to pick and choose if he don't come back, certain things that he did and did not do, and they're going to piggyback off of what he did to try to get in office. Watch. This is why I don't deal with this crap. They putting barbed wire up. They telling them to take it down. So just let them walk up in here. So what do we need Border Patrol for? What do we need ICE for? You heard the mayor of New York? Hey, man, we arrest these people and ICE don't even mess with us. They don't even back up. Let the migrants right back out. They commit crimes and then run somewhere else. Arizona, California, Texas. They just flooding in the border. Go look at the news. Go look at the news. Do something here, go somewhere else. Start over again. This is crazy. It's craziness. And my big thing is it's lack of order. It was never a plan to have this be a smooth transition. These are human beings. You got these people out here, men don't feel like men if they can't get a job or they out there in the cold, the baby's crying because it's cold and stuff. It make you bitter. This wasn't your American dream. Got teenage kids getting recruited by gangs and crime and all this other stuff. People that feel powerless rebel. Think about that. A lot of y'all saw Scarface, right? Remember they was in that internment camp. They started buck wilding and stuff because they ain't like the conditions, and they felt as though they wasn't getting treated the way they wanted to be treated, and they started to rebel over there, and they broke out of that camp. Watch. These people are people. They're going to get frustrated. You're going to start seeing all kind of crazy stuff over here. They showed the video where now they running around on scooters and stuff like they in Venezuela or something like that. Running up on people, robbing them, jumping on a scooter and pulling away. The lady ran with a purse and hit the... Somebody dropped the ball on this and everybody's looking stupid. They are. They are. Everybody's looking stupid. Now, granted, we didn't have illegals in this country for a long time and America knew it. But you can't tell the difference between a new migrant and somebody that's here that's illegal that, had a, keep low key and stuff like that and don't even want to be known. Now you got other people coming and now you start to see what? Beefs. Yeah, out here we start to see beefs. You know what I mean? Because, hey, keep it low profile. Motherfuckers coming here running around like they like chickens with their head cut off because they ain't never been here before, acting a fool and making it bad for everybody else that's quietly being allowed to stay here. Word is spreading. America's promised land. All you do is walk over there and they just open the gates to you. Can't separate good migrants from bad. Right? Empathy has its limits. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing against these people or anything like that, but I just have a problem against the way they're being introduced to us. A lot of y'all are sitting around here and you might say to yourself, oh, it doesn't really have nothing to do with me. I don't live in one of those cities, or I don't do this. Wait till you get your income tax back. Who you think paying for all this stuff? You, me, and everybody else that pay taxes. We're on the bill for that. When you get your income tax back and it's not what you think it is, where you think that money went. Ain't none of them politicians paying out their pocket. They not. They're going to make you pay. Taxpayers. Your money is funding this bullshit. For real. Then they show these pictures of these people coming across with babies in the water and looking all downtrodden and stuff like that. It's an agenda they're pushing. And I don't know what it is. Because before I end out of here, I want you to hear me closely. They said the economy messed up, right? They trying to bring the interest rates down and all of this stuff. They watching the jobs report to make sure they're not hiring. They had the interest rates stagnant, or they'll raise the interest rates to make money too expensive to borrow, thus having more layoffs. They're laying off people in this country, but more people are coming in than people getting laid off at jobs. Economic crisis, you tell us, but you still bring this in, and all of a sudden magical money just comes out of nowhere to help these people when we're in a financial crisis in this country ourselves. See the game? Don't sound right. Don't sound right to me. It don't. You try to curb spending and get the interest rates down and all of this other stuff, where you just got people just coming up in here with their spending that you're trying to reduce and all this other stuff, thus messing up inflation or the economy. If that's what you saying is true, that lets you know money's illusionary. Money just popping up out of nowhere to help people. People are like, where all this money coming from? It's coming from us. It's coming from us. You got all these different vendors charging high as hell, taking advantage. Charging high as hell. Yeah, you need our help. This is what we'll do, but this is what it's going to cost. Remember, America is a capitalistic society, and people are capitalizing off of this. And these are human lives. We're human lives. The people that are over here that are getting forced to have this pushed on us. Not saying we're not welcoming people, but the way they're doing this is boom, here, y'all figure it out. Sanctuary city, here, figure it out. And I think this was not the plan, to have a massive influx of people just dropped on the city. And it's wrong. This whole thing stinks. And I'm trying to find out what the agenda, what the end game or the motive it is for, because you hear people say, oh, it's because of election year and they're trying to keep Biden. I don't care about none of that. I don't. Because the way I look at it is, the crime is going to go up. It is. These people are coming from violent places. You know, it ain't like they was coming from luxury areas where they was from. These people have been through hell. And a lot of them is going to bring that with them. Not all. But I mean, come on, you can't tell me all of these people coming over here are struggling mothers with children who are just looking for a better way of life. A lot of them, they done open the door and people like, you know what? Let's go. They open it. They say we come, we come. Enough is enough. Damn. I mean, just an influx. They got troops going all different places. Still letting them in. Why are the troops even there? Why do we have border patrol if it's no secure border? Or no. This is the craziest thing. It's like nobody can stop it. All these people in power, can't nobody come together on a weekday or a weekend and say, okay, this is the problems. What are the facts? Now, if this was war, you would know everything about the enemy. But we having an invasion here. That's allowable. I'm fucking done. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't mean to offend nobody, but I got eyes and I see, and something ain't right. Something ain't right. You talking about the economy and all of this stuff. Hell, they talking about, what do they say? $20 to feed somebody. How can you eat off of $20 damn a day? A grown man. Hell, cost me 40 plus to eat a day. Now I don't even eat that much. Game. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.